keeping your money safe, protecting your investment with the pros. Greg Eli with Prosperity Group Advisors has decades of experience in helping you do just that. And I love when he comes on because I get to ask the questions that a lot of you may know, but I'm like, wait, you talk about annuities a lot. What do you mean? And do I need that? Do I need to just keep pouring into my 401k? What's going on, Greg?
Well, here's the thing, Megan. Most people don't have a financial plan.
Right.
And we come up with what we call our prosperity plan, 7 steps to a more prosperous retirement. The first step is making your money safe, so a safe money plan. The second step synonymously can be an income plan. So an annuity is a perfect vehicle for income. The problem is that there's a lot of misinformation, fake news, if you will, on annuities. And so a lot of times what the negative information on annuities are variable annuities because they are ridden with fees. We've had the largest bull run in history, and most of the variable annuities I've seen have not performed well. You know why? People are paying 3 to 4% in fees. The type we focus on are fixed index annuities. They don't have fees that go to us. They go either to a guarantee if there is a fee, and they're usually not more than 1.25%.
The biggest thing is like, how, you want to keep your money safe. I know a lot of people that are of the retirement age are like, they're not even looking at their statements right now because every day is, kind of been like that. But what are some of the best ways? Is it still like, trust in the banks or do the stocks?
The annuities have safeguards that have weathered the Great Depression. And actually, that's actually surpassed the banks. It's been safer than the banks, all right? Now, the problem is that the volatility. And what you said is interesting. Don't look at your statement. That's actually the worst thing that people can do.
Okay, so now I got to open them back up. Okay.
Well, the reason why is what happens if it starts going down and it goes down and it goes down and you don't react quick enough?
Yeah.
You've got to. What did I say? If you take the ostrich strategy and stick your head in the sand, you still got to come up for air.
That's
and when
true.
you come up, it might not be a pretty sight. So you want to deal with those things and be proactive, not too reactive. Right? I'm not saying panic, but look at what's going on, especially our listeners that are 59 and a half. They could actually protect their 401k at 59 and a half. So if they talk to us, we do a lot of that. We help a lot of the pension plans and things of that nature, BMW, Duke Energy. So we can help a lot of those folks.
Let's do it. Okay, one of the things you talk about is insurance. Of course, we think of insurance like, oh, in case I got to go to the doctor, or the dentist, or the eye doctor. But there's an insurance for your money?
Absolutely. You insure your home.
Yeah.
You insure your car, your health insurance. Why not your money?
How do you do that? I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's how annuities work. They actually are safe vehicles. That's what I was saying. During the Depression, guess who went broke? It was the brokerage houses and the banks. Guess who stayed solvent? The insurance companies. And the reason, Megan, is they have to set 100% of the money in reserve for what they put in. That's unlike anything else that's out there.
Well, how do you even get started with that? Because sometimes it's so overwhelming that people will do the ostrich things. They're like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because I don't even know. It's complicated.
We have a book. I did my first book. It's called Prosperity Plan ABCs. It's a very basic, quick read. And our listeners, they can request a book. We'll give them a copy of the book. And I think that's a good start.
Yeah.
They can call us and we'll go through it. We'll establish their prosperity plan. And so we love helping people like that. And it's interesting. There's a lot of people with a lot of money, $1-2 million. They're not sure what to do.
Right.
Here's the problem. Why watch a $2 million account go down to $1 million or $1.2 million?
Right.
Who wants to do that?
You could be making it go up to 3.5.
And here's the other thing, Megan. In many of the accounts, we can, and listen to what I'm telling you, 10 to 50% into somebody's retirement account immediately, depending on what strategy that they need.
That's huge. That's a lot of money, especially the more you have, 50% of the lot.
Yeah, we did that for a 79-year-old man. He had $1 million, and we added 50% into the account. So it's worth $1.5 million. Now, it's not like you can just access all of it right away, but if something happened to him the next day, his family is going to get the 1.5.
The family is safe. You want your money safe. Remember this website, mymoneysafe.com. Greg and his team, they're taking good care of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Megan.